Okay, hello everybody. This is Ferhat, and you are now in technical discussion session for construction sector. So this is a little bit semi-structured session. So we will do discussions after our introduction.
Добрый день всем. Вы находитесь на технической дискуссии на тему строительного сектора и циркулярной экономики в городе Алматы. Сегодняшняя сессия будет проведена профессором Ферхатом Карача, и это будет сначала будет презентация проекта, а потом будет дискуссия.
Okay, next. So in this session, there will be two parts. In the first part, I am going to introduce you the construction trends in terms of circular economy, and we will also present you the dynamics of the country by presenting a past analysis, and we will discuss about opportunities and barriers.
В этой сессии сегодня будет разделена на две части. Сначала будет говориться о тенденциях в строительном секторе, а затем о возможностях и барьерах.
In the second part, Aydana will take the lead, and she will present you the project ideas we have developed, and we will make discussions. Also, we will collect your opinions on the projects and further projects ideas.
Первая часть будет презентована профессором Ферхатом Карача, а вторая часть мной. Там будут говориться о предложениях по проектам.
Next slide, please. Okay, so let's start with the opportunities and barriers of construction sector in Kazakhstan.
Давайте начнем с возможностей и препятствий для сектора строительства в Казахстане.
Next slide, please. Okay, so I am now on the screen. I am showing you four fundamental discussion topics. Actually, these are the discussion topics at the end. Just I am presenting them at the moment to take your attention and your focus on those questions. After my 5 to 10 minute presentation, there will be discussion sessions like 15 minutes, and then we are going to discuss all those topics, and we are going to collect your opinions. Please be interactive and provide your opinions on those ideas, on those questions.
Вопросы, которые вы видите на экране для технической дискуссии, вы можете с ними ознакомиться сейчас, но сама дискуссия пройдет через 5-10 минут после того, как будут презентованы слайды. Вы можете уже приготовить какие-то свои идеи ответов на эти вопросы.
Next slide, please. Okay, so we started doing this research with World Bank by focusing on first Kazakhstan. Now we are doing another research and another analysis for Almaty. In Kazakhstan stage, we analyzed first the dynamics of construction sector, and this is the value chain of construction sector, and everything starts with. Okay, I don't know. Please go on, then I will explain the value chain.
Данный проект был начат вместе в коллаборации с Всемирным банком развития, и на данном слайде вы можете видеть цепочку создания стоимости в строительном секторе.
Okay, in the construction sector value chain, there are four main stages, and the first stage is material generation and production activities. It includes primary and secondary material productions, like raw material productions, like concrete and other stuff. And in the second part is the most important part for the construction sector. It is construction activities, and it also includes intermediate production and construction production activities. Building operations are also another chain in the value chain. And lastly, the value chain includes renovation, demolition, and waste management activities of the construction materials.
Итак, цепочка создания стоимости состоит из 4 этапов. Начинается с производства материалов, затем переходит непосредственно к самому строительному процессу, строительным работам, операциям, и в конце это ремонт, снос или утилизация отходов.
Next slide, please. Okay. So We also perform the trend analysis for the construction sector. It is nationwide analysis, and this information is collected and analyzed during the Kazakhstan level circular economy assessments. So we know that Kazakhstan is a developing country, and it is experiencing a very fast urbanization process, especially in the large cities.
Итак, Казахстан — это развивающаяся страна, которая переживает очень быстрый процесс урбанизации.
And because of that fast urbanization process, there are some trends in the construction sector. It includes there is a high demand for living areas. It means residential buildings. Also, local construction developers aiming to meet this demand by increasing the construction rate and speed. The government aims to develop strategically important and historic cities like Almaty by investing large investments in construction and significant amount of resources. There is also huge stocks of old buildings. They should be renovated or demolished to manage them. And we have also a problem of a large stream of construction and demolition waste.
И благодаря урбанизации существуют следующие строительные тенденции в стране. Например, это увеличение спроса на жилую площадь. Местные застройщики хотят удовлетворить этот спрос за счет резкого увеличения темпов строительства. Правительство стремится развивать стратегически важные исторические города, инвестируя в такие проекты строительные. Также огромное количество есть старых домов, да, домов из прошлого века, которые нуждаются в ремонте. Если же происходит их снос, то тогда появляется огромное количество строительных отходов.
Okay, so okay.
Я в какой-то сессии, не знаю, в той или нет.
Какая вам была нужна сессия, Булат?
А сельское хозяйство, где Евгений Климов?
Это сессия строительства.
Я не туда попал, значит. Ладно.
Okay, shall I go? So we also perform the past analysis for the country level, and identified the political, economical, social, and technological factors. And actually, these are the drivers. And as you see from the figures, Kazakhstan is a very dynamic country in terms of construction sector. There are lots of drivers, including like digitization, smart homes, modular construction. Also, we have some political factors like Nurjat strategy programs and etc. So this figure is showing us that the construction sector is quite dynamic, and there are lots of opportunities for the circularity.
В рамках исследования был проведен также PEST-анализ для строительного сектора. PEST-анализ включает в себя анализ по факторам, таким как политические, экономические, социальные, технологические. И вот на слайде вы можете увидеть, что, например, сейчас какие факторы влияют на строительный сектор. Например, цифровизация, также есть стратегия Нурлы-Жер, которая поддерживает строительство жилых домов. Среди экономических факторов это высокий спрос на жилые помещения, и среди социальных это вот как раз таки урбанизация и рост строительства.
So, I mean, this slide is presenting the barriers for the circularity in the construction sector, and these are not information from literature or websites. We collected those information during our bilateral meetings with real experts in the construction sector, like engineers, like architects, designers, company owners, and some other construction professionals. So those opportunities, those barriers are identified.
Вот на этом слайде вы можете видеть возможности и барьеры для циркулярной экономики в Казахстане. Все эти барьеры и возможности были выведены вследствие интервью и живого общения со сторонами, которые заинтересованы и являются частью строительного сектора в стране, не из какой-то литературы.
And those barriers are categorized into economical, design, and technological and legislative barriers. So you can read them. So I will not go into details of all the barriers. And okay, so I'm gonna please just tell them.
Есть такие три вида, как экономический дизайн, технологии и также законы, да, регулятивные возможности, барьеры. Вы можете их прочитать на слайде.
Okay, so circular economy is a little bit a kind of new topic for emerging economies. That's why it will be better to give a kind of solid examples. And I provided here 2 examples.
Циркулярная экономика – это немного такой новый принцип для современного мира, поэтому хотелось бы сделать его более понятным, предоставив кейсы, да, примеры.
For example, in Netherlands, one project is a construction of a large office building, and in order to build this large office building, many small buildings were combined. Existing wooden or other materials are reused, and they were collected from older buildings. And also they use modular construction principles from steel from a roller coaster company. They also use solar panels to utilize renewable energy in the system, in the building. So those are the applications converting a typical construction project into a circular construction project. Another example from the UK, it is the same. They use reused materials like steel from excess gas pipeline system. And also they used new block works technique. This is like a kind of Lego system. And also they used concrete to produce some aggregate for backfilling. And these are the circularity actions to make this project more circular.
И вот на данном слайде можете видеть 2 примера циркулярной экономики. Один из них главный офис Лианда Дуйви в Нидерландах. То есть там несколько небольших зданий были объединены в один большой офис, были использованы деревянные материалы повторно. Из старых зданий также был принцип использован модульного строительства и использовать солнечные панели для того, чтобы вырабатывать электроэнергию. Второй пример – это парк Королевы Елизаветы в Лондоне, Великобритании. В нем была повторно использована сталь из лишнего газопровода, применены тоже методы блочной работы, и также они реиспользуют свой бетон из временных платформ в качестве измельченного заполнения, то есть агрегата для нового бетона.
So, before starting our discussion parts, I'd like to also show you that the circular actions and priorities for construction sectors we identified. You can see them on the right side. And they are categorized under the RESOLVE framework, like regenerate, optimize, loop, virtualize, and exchange. And these are the most critical issues or applications we can embed them or apply them in Kazakhstan construction sector.
Здесь в таблице вы можете видеть основные действия и приоритеты центральной экономики циркулярной экономики для строительного сектора Казахстана. Состоит из таких действий, как регенерация, оптимизация цикла, виртуализация и обмен.
Okay, so let's go to discussion section.
Давайте начнем нашу техническую дискуссию. Вы можете видеть вопросы на слайде. Если у вас есть какие-то мысли, идеи, пожалуйста, поделитесь с ними, с нами.
Okay, so let's start with the first questions, or if you want, you can select or talk any questions shown on the screen or any topics. Please feel free to make discussions and add your opinions. I see that we have already 3 participants at the moment, Zarina, Galim, and Bayburt. Please feel free to talk and make any discussions and comments about the items we highlighted on the screen.
Участники, пожалуйста, если у вас есть какие-то идеи по всем вопросам или, например, по первому, поделитесь ими, пожалуйста.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I would like to. I'm just. I have a thought about the materials that is being reused during the circular economy. I just noticed recently that people are not always trusting the quality of new constructions. It just happened to me when my parents were trying to buy new house. And don't you think that when circular economy will use reused materials, people might the citizens might not trust the quality of the materials, and how is it gonna like how it should be ensured, like people should be ensured that the materials are like the quality is okay and the safety is like kept.
Yeah, I see. This is quite an interesting question. Actually, I understand that you are saying that there is a certain level of understanding or barrier in the community that they do not trust recycled materials, right?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. This is a kind of barrier, and it is going to take a little bit of time to understand, and it requires some legislation too. And as far as the products are as good as the new products, they should be introduced in the market. So the producers with some accreditation and with some testings should provide that those documents are, I mean, those materials are as good as the original materials, I mean, raw materials.
Yes.
So anyway, yeah, I think it is a kind of, yes, you are right. It's a kind of serious problem in the sector, but it can be easily, I mean, handled by regulations and just following up the quality of the products produced.
So I'm sorry for interrupting. You start discussion, yes, Firhat?
Yeah, we are in discussion sessions, Zulfira, now.
Oh, okay, good.
Discussion
I'm
questions
leaving.
on the
I'm leaving
screen,
to
yes.
the another. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
I also wanted to, in the last slide, it was mentioned that like prolongation of current buildings life is kind of priority, right? I think it was in the last slide. Can we go to the previous slide if it's possible? Yeah, here like regeneration, it's продление срока службы здания, prolongation of the like current buildings as long as I understood. And the question is like some buildings might be not like old buildings, Soviet buildings, they're not really sustainable, and some buildings might be better to demolish rather than keeping them in terms of sustainability. So
Yeah, I agree. This is, I mean, it doesn't mean that the circularity doesn't suggest to, I mean, we are not suggesting to renovate all building stocks. So renovation should be a kind of added value, not only heat performance, but also every aspect. I mean, if you are renovating an old building, you should keep it because it is a kind of cultural object. It's a kind of value for the city, and there are some rules and criteria. So there should be a selection process for the renovation of the buildings, for the I mean, if you want them to renovate. I agree. I mean, some buildings inevitably should be demolished and maybe replaced. So, any other questions, please, or contribution? Zarina?
sorry,
Salim, please,
I don't know
go
why
on.
my internet off. Did you didn't get my question right?
I answered it, but I don't know if it is not the question. So this is my understanding that you said renovation should not be the case for all the buildings. Some buildings cannot.
Yeah, some buildings might be too old for keeping them.
Yeah, you are right. I mean, being old is not the criteria. I think the value of the building is the criteria. I mean, some buildings, if they are, for example, the examples I gave, there are several office buildings in Netherlands, and they just combine them to make a large and better office building. Okay, so it is possible. So if there's possibility to convert those old buildings into something nice, something better, this is what Circular is suggesting. But inevitably, if there are serious problems in the construction type, I mean, all buildings, if there is no way to renovate them, yeah, they will be recycled into I mean, demolished. They should be demolished maybe. I agree.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yeah, I just wanted to adapt to this prolongation of the service life of the buildings. I had a discussion with a few engineers and people in the construction industry, and they still say that prolongation or restoration of this old historic building is possible if the building was kept in a good condition with all proper servicing and maintenance. And a lot of buildings can be restored actually. I don't know about Almaty because these guys were from Uraysk, and they also have a lot of old buildings, a lot of historical heritage. It was one of the first cities in Kazakhstan with with massive construction, and they have a lot of buildings from masonry from 1920s, 1930s. They call it Stalinki. This old Soviet era buildings, you know, they have names by the leaders of the Soviets, like Stalinki, Leninki, Khrushchevki, and right now I think Khrushchevki is predominant, built between 1950 up to 1970 or 80. But still Stalinki, the buildings built between up to 1940, because they're mostly made up of masonry, and they have a better quality generally, because later buildings are built from modular construction technologies.
I see.
And also regarding prolongation of service life of the buildings, I think right now the maintenance is not properly managed for many of the residential buildings, especially from the Soviet Union, the buildings which are left from the Soviet Union, because within the current legislation, this is the communal property, and the building itself belongs to the residents in the shared parts, and the residents themselves are responsible for managing the maintenance, but often there is no one responsible person or one responsible party who manages this all, and this creates some problems in terms of the maintenance.
Great. Thank you very much, Bayburt. These are very good contributions. Ayana, could you please ask Larina if she wants to add something? Otherwise, we will continue with the next section, but maybe she likes to add something. Discussions.
Зарина, подскажите, пожалуйста.
Hi, thanks everyone. No, I'm actually the comms officer for World Bank in Kazakhstan, backing up my my colleague. So I'm just here to learn more than to contribute. Sorry about that. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. It's good to have you here, Serena. So everybody speaks English, so we will continue in English. No worries. Aydana, please, you can also continue your section in Russian for the record. Yeah, please proceed with the next section. Discussions can be in English. Yeah.
Окей. Сейчас хотели бы рассказать про идеи для проектов по циркулярной экономике. Важно упомянуть, что Вот это вопросы и темы для обсуждения, которые тоже будут в конце, как сейчас можете с ними ознакомиться, но дискуссия будет после презентации слайдов. Итак, в рамках нашего исследования мы проводили различные обсуждения со стейкхолдерами, которые вовлечены в строительный сектор, и обнаружили следующие идеи, в которых они были заинтересованы. Например, это использование более экологических материалов, повторное использование агрегатов, улучшение строительных стандартов или развитие модульного строительства. Некоторые были даже заинтересованы в замене влажных строительных процессов на сухие. Сейчас мы расскажем о 4 критических проектах, которые поданы в качестве заявок на инвестирование и осуществление в городе Алматы. Один из них – это Алматинский центр переработки строительных отходов, потому что на данный момент нет такой одной системы современной, которая могла бы перерабатывать строительные отходы. Получается, ключевые действия для достижения этой цели – это нужно выбрать такие соответствующие передовые технологии, которые могли бы перерабатывать большое количество строительных отходов, делать это качественно. И ожидаемый результат – это достичь 95% эффективности переработки строительных отходов. Второй проект – это реновация построек советских времен, как сейчас только что говорил, поделился с нами своей идеей Бейбут. Действительно, это инвестиционная программа с перспективой для проектов реновации старых зданий. На данный момент здания в основном ремонтируются только для того, чтобы повысить их энергоэффективность. Здесь же ключевая идея заключается в том, чтобы сохранить вообще в целом ценность здания, защитить как бы культурное наследие и вообще создать реновацию как сервисный бизнес. Ожидаемый результат – это то, что дома будут ремонтироваться, а не сноситься. Таким образом, снизится затраты на строительство, уменьшится количество отходов, и также будет новый рынок для строительной отрасли. Следующий проект – это повышение мощности Design for Disassembly, то есть дизайн для демонтажных практик в городе Алматы. То есть, например, недавно в Астане открылся завод Mode X, называется, модульного завода, и он очень поддерживается государством. Премьер-министр также проинформировал о том, что планируется расширение модульного строительства в городе Алматы также. Ключевые действия – это внедрение инновационных технологий крупноблочного домостроения, то есть внедрение принципов дизайна для демонтажных работ еще на этапе проектирования, при планировании, также в процессе строительства. И в конце это разборка и повторное использование частей здания. Ожидаемый результат – это эффективность переработки до 95% в строительном мусоре и также значительное ускорение всех этапов и процессов строительства. И последний проект, идея, которую хотела бы сегодня сказать, это разработка промышленных драйверов для вторичного использования строительных материалов из пластика, потому что в городе Алматы имеется очень много компаний по переработке пластика, а общий уровень переработки пластика в то же время довольно мал. Поэтому переработанный пластик может быть использован для таких строительных материалов, как вместо, например, кровельной черепицы, вместо изоляции, вместо пиломатериалов. На окна можно их поставить, также вместо кирпичей или заборов или напольной плитки. Ключевыми действиями в данном проекте является инвестирование во вторичный строительный материал из пластика, создание промышленного симбиоза, развитие рынка вторичных строительных материалов и использование пластиковых отходов, переработка их в строительные материалы. То есть ожидается, что повысится рентабельность технологического прогресса и будет высокий уровень переработки пластиковых отходов. А сейчас хотелось бы перейти к технической дискуссии. Если у вас есть какие-то идеи, можете поделиться тоже на данные вопросы.
Oh, yes, these are the proposals. Actually, we refined the proposals into 4. But if you have a better idea or proposal, please shoot it. And we like to hear. And what do you think about the proposals, how they can be improved, or you can specifically focus on the questions on the screen. You can please go on.
I have like idea for particularly for Almaty. I'm not sure how close construction section can be related to air quality in Almaty, but since air quality in Almaty is quite a big problem, the projects, maybe the focus on the air quality, maybe somehow construction section can contribute to the reduction of air contaminants. So this factor, I mean, can enhance, kind of boost the project, because it's kind of big thing in Almaty. If it can be like kind of come together, this problem, so with circular economy in construction section, it would be really good, in my opinion, for acceleration of the project.
I agree, Galim. This is interesting idea, because construction itself, I mean, the buildings itself are responsible somehow with the air quality in the city. So, okay, thanks for the good idea. We will think about it. Yeah, it's an interesting and good idea.
Also Almaty is located near to the mountains, where the nature, like nature is really, I would say it's beautiful, and it's really like untouched some places. So the focus of the project also might be the like keeping the natural side of the Almaty untouched. So this might be also like to keep it as green as possible, because the nature of Almaty, I think it's one of its like advantage of the city.
There is a project already. There is a project proposal about green belt. I don't know how a construction project can be integrated with the green belt of Almaty. Maybe it can be an interesting idea to make a kind of designing some parks or some recreational areas, a part of the green belt, as you said, to keep the nature, or to improve the nature of the city. Okay, this is noted. This is also a very good idea. Thank you. Baybert, do you have any comments? Would you like to add something? You have also good, most probably ideas to suggest. What do you think about the project proposals? Do you see that? Is there any bottleneck in the proposals, or how we can improve them?
I think this modular construction is a promising thing. Aidana, you said that these are the projects being submitted for funding.
So we are actually as a part of this project. These are our selections. So yes, we will submit them as a proposals. I mean, for the as an investment project. So it doesn't mean that they are going to be funded or invested, but these are the ideas we are submitting to World Bank. Yes.
Yeah, I agree that this modular construction is a promising idea, because Almaty is the largest city in Kazakhstan. It's about 2 million of residents, and it's still growing. And a lot of construction right now is going on in Almaty, especially for residential sector. But I think.
Sorry for interrupting. What do you think that? I mean, there are some modular construction coming from Soviet times. Do you think that is there any a perception in the society for modular construction, modular buildings?
No.
And houses.
Modular construction is not so bad, and I think the Modex factory in Astana is not employing this old Soviet technology. They're using totally different methods.
They are quite modern. But what I'm asking that, is there any perception in the society, because there were panel houses coming from Soviet times? So how what people are mainly thinking about modular construction? I mean, do they think that it is not good, it is bad, or what do you think? What is the opinion of the public on modular construction? Do you have any idea?
I don't know, to be honest, but my perception is positive towards towards modular construction. And also there is a lot of funding from government, from Akimat, towards social residential infrastructure, not infrastructure, social residential buildings for social vulnerable population, for people working for government, for orphan people, or those people with low income. And I think they're not, choosing which type of flat to take. They are just given, and this amount of this residential buildings is also huge. And I think if the government will place orders specifically for the CE compliant in terms of the modular construction, it will work.
I see. Thank you.
Also, Professor, answering your last question regarding the perception, I'm not sure about of course, whole citizens, but older citizens, for example, like my parents' age citizens, they have this perception that buildings from brick are much better than panel buildings. So they really don't like panel buildings. They try to avoid it when choosing it. I'm not sure, of course, about other generations, how is it, but some part of population, they have this perception still.
For circular economy or circularity, the modular construction is excellent, because all the materials has material passports. They have, you are able to monitor them. You can assemble them, deassemble them at the end of the lifetime. So the construction as a construction principle it is one of the favorite applications in circularity. Also, as I agree with Bayburt, the new technologies, modern technologies are just put the modular construction in a way, several way better position. So that's why one of our projects is about it, and we have already one installed infrastructure. The industry in the capital city, and most probably there are plans for the second largest city, Almaty, to install such a modular construction factory. From governmental side, they have also support. So it will be good to make such an investment plan for such an industry. It provides definitely circularity for the new constructions. Okay.
Yes, of course. The quality of new modular construction is I'm not questioning it. I'm just saying that maybe there would be a need to inform citizens about change their perception, somehow maybe give them information about the quality, assure them that it's good quality, kind of informational work.
I see. I agree. So, do you have any other things to contribute or suggest, guys?
I have one question. Does circular economy can be applied to industrial buildings, industrial infrastructure? For example, Galum mentioned air pollution in Almaty is one of the big problems, and a lot of experts claim that the main pollutant is this power generation station in Almaty.
I see. So, yeah,
for example.
Of course, in parallel, we have two sessions, and there are some experts at the moment discussing about the industry, how it could be circulated. It's circular. and there is another session in parallel. They are discussing about the agriculture. I am pretty sure that they are focusing on the air pollution problem of the city and how it could be improved by applying some circularity principles into the power generation units in the country, in the city even. But our perspective is construction sector perspective. So by thinking about the industrial buildings, not the air pollution thing, but the industrial buildings has always a potential to be innovated into something better if they are not used anymore. I am not pretty sure that is there such a place or such buildings available in Almaty. If there are such places like abandoned industrial places, they can be somehow renovated or somehow they can be improved into a better quality areas, maybe residential areas, if it is environmental and if there is no environmental and health safety problems. These are some applications in other countries, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Okay. If also, as I told you, that there is an industrial session going on. If you may join also there if you like. Anyway, so any other questions, please, guys? So the session is supposed to be over in 5 minutes. So we have still 5 minutes, but we can if we can finish the session earlier. If you like to continue or contribute something, please feel free. Your contributions are valuable, and we really care about the contributions you put into our efforts today.
Also, as long as I understood circular economy, so far the idea is to mainly like the reuse of construction materials. So, but also the efficiency, the energy efficiency of the building might be also increased, like as we were doing lately, maybe using energy efficient appliances might be also integrated to the design of the new buildings. It also would increase the sustainability and like contribute to circular economy as well.
Yeah. All right. But the issue is that as an expert, my observation is that the energy is not expensive, but efficient appliances, energy efficient appliances are comparable, significant, could be considerably, expensive than the other stuff. So how should be, how the people should be. I think it is the key issue. So boilers, they produce cheap energy, so it could be a little bit difficult to replace them with an expensive technology. I think this is a barrier.
Yes, I see.
I have one question. One of the projects proposed was related to recycling of the construction materials, the first one.
Yes, it is plastic. So we are suggesting to use plastic to recycle in the construction materials.
No, this one, not
okay.
plastic. This
yeah, recycling all construction waste.
The whole waste.
Yeah.
This should be this only recycling or also sorting.
Yeah, of course. It is not about municipal waste. At the moment, there are landfills. The municipal landfills not accepting the waste construction, so they are going another polygon. So in those polygons, we are suggesting to have one modern separation, cleaning, and recycling center to convert.
Okay. So this will be located at the polygon. Okay.
At the polygon.
Because my question was,
yeah.
Okay, because my question was what would incentivize the stakeholders to bring the waste here rather than the
Yeah. Anyway, they
dumping area.
Yeah, you are right. They will.
Anyway, this will be located in those places where contractors bring the waste.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Because right now it's not a big cost for them to bring the construction waste and dump it in this polygon.
I see. Did
And
it is a big cost or not?
not a big cost.
Yeah.
And this will not the contractors will not be paid for this submitting this waste,
No,
right?
no, they will. I mean, I don't know how it is going to be operated, but the project is suggesting. I mean, we are offering that those polygons should be equipped. I mean, they should use one modern recycling center, and by having such a center, almost 95% of all waste can be easily recycled into good quality raw materials like aggregates and others.
Okay, thanks.
So let me check timing. Okay, we are almost done, and we can go back to the main room. Guys, so I am closing the session. Thanks for your contribution.
Sorry, one last question. And this
Yes.
this recycled materials, like in terms of the crushed aggregates or materials for backfilling, they will be commercialized.
Exactly, this is the whole idea. So they will be as good as raw materials. This is the whole idea. And with the current technology, the quality of those aggregates are not good. That's why contractors do not prefer it. But if you wash them, separate them first from organics and wash them, then crush, then you will have a better quality or top quality aggregate, then there will be a place for the market for such products.
Okay.
So as a construction expert doing that, it works. So the contractors are going to buy such materials if it is cheaper.
Yes, of course, it should be cheaper.
Yeah,
they will
definitely
buy.
it will be cheaper, of course.
Mhm.
Maybe more than 30% cheaper. I'm based on the experience in Europe. The price is very, I mean, compatible.
Mhm.
Okay, so we can end the sessions. Thank you very much for your contributions. Let's go back to main room. Anyway, I am going to close the sessions. Let me just coordinate with others. Thank you.